Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham latest transfer news. Yes, it is the latest transfer news. And who's ready for the best damn podcast of their life? I am, because I need it. I've had the shittest 24 hours. But we're here. We're doing it. And we got stuff to talk about. Wrexham are making moves. Bolton are cashing in. Is George Thomason on his way? I can't get any names right today. Is George Thomason on his way to Wrexham? Has a bid been accepted? That's what the reporting is coming down right now. So I'm excited to talk about this. I don't know too much about the player, but there's a few articles that I was just reading about how he was doing good, then he wasn't doing good. But he's a talented player from what I'm hearing. And apparently he's been at the club for the last few days. So anyways, thanks for coming in. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the Local Pundit if you haven't subscribed already. We're on our way to 3,001 by the start of the season. And yes, we're going to do it. Because we have a fantastic community, and you know what? It's growing by the day, and I'm so happy for that too. And thank you all for being here. Obviously, I had to watch along last night. It was not the greatest watch along, not me and Patty and Ken, but obviously we lost. But it's preseason and as it goes. Also, just an update. I'm going early a little bit too because I've got the Usyk fight was on. I'm headed over to a buddy's house to go watch the fight. The Dubois fight. But anyways, let's get into the business. No one cares about the boxing just now. This is a football show. So here we go. How you doing behind bars? And hey, Marie from SoCal. Hi, back from a beach house, vacation Del Mar. Game last night sucked. Yes, it did. But let's bring up the mood then. Let's bring up the mood because I need it. And I'm sure everyone else does too. Here we go. This is it. Mark Isles, George Thomason bid accepted by Bolton Wanderers. And I understand it's from Wrexham. And here are the details. Now, I just want to give you a little Mark Isles. He is the chief football writer for the Bolton News, host of the Buff podcast on Spotify. He has 26.7 thousand followers. That's a few followers. So credible sources here are happening. Credible sources here are happening for this. And here it is. Here it is right now. This is from the Bolton News right there. That's George Isles right there, that handsome dude. And that is Mark Isles. I told you I couldn't get any names right. What the hell's going on? That is Mark Isles. This is George Thomason. Okay, so this happened about 2 hours ago. George Thomason, and I'll bring this down because that's ugly. No one wants to see words. George Thomason, £1.2 million move to Wrexham is expected to be rubber stamped in the next few days. Remember, we are traveling back, minus Jack Merritt because he's got to stay back. He's got to stay back for he had his appendix out. We are traveling back right now. The boys might be in the air already. I don't know. But Steven Schumacher has confirmed that Bolton have accepted an offer for the 24-year-old, good age, by the way, midfielder. Although he has kept tight-lipped on which club has made the successful bid. Well, guess what? We have the information. We have the information from Mark Isles. It is reported that Phil Parkinson's Wrexham want to take Thomason to the championship and have made a bid which dwarfs the £750,000 previously offered by League One rivals Huddersfield Town. Now, goes on to say Thomas is due for a medical on Saturday. Well, today is Saturday, and +8 right now. It's 8:05. So, but he's already agreed personal terms, and it's thought that it's now basically just us getting through the process and getting it done. Obviously, we brought Libby in the other day. Yesterday, was it yesterday? I don't even know the days. We brought Libby in, and this could be another great signing. It would make this the fourth. So this is after the game. Schumacher, the manager, refused the name of the club involved in, out of respect for the Bolton News, that he'd be looking to sign another midfielder for the start of the season. Yes, so he basically said, here's the quote. Not basically, here is the quote from the. Obviously, George isn't in the squad. He said, we've accepted a bid from a club last week. Now, rumors is that Thomas is already at the club last week as well. We had some good reporting on that. People are on the ground, and he's gone to have his medical there. And I don't want to name the clubs because it's not confirmed, but that's why George isn't here today playing against Hibs. Obviously, we'll probably touch on that a bit more in detail next week. So all signs are pointing to Wrexham that we have made that bid. It has been accepted. He's going to get a medical. Now, we haven't said anything about it, obviously, i.e. Parkinson or anybody, but it is looking like this is we didn't get to here we go yet, but we're almost there. But there he is right now, George Thomason. He's 24 years old. He's a central defensive midfielder, central midfielder. See the right, the spine. This is the guys we were talking about last night that, that you look at a Matty James or Matty James or an Evans that is playing in a guy like that, maybe a box to box. I'll give you a little more stats on him in a second. But 600,000 pound, I mean, 1.2, you got to pry him out of there. But there was a very interesting article over here as we do this from Football League World saying that this is back in April, saying that he's just not clicking. Bolton player isn't clicking under Steve Schumacher, as he pointed this out of our player. So their trash becomes our gem. I don't know. I probably screwed that up, but this came out earlier, basically saying that like things just weren't clicking. He did get the captaincy, and 24 years old, getting the captaincy, which is great. He said he had a pretty disappointing season. Said O'Mara, and that's it seemed like he did pretty well last season, and he made him the captain earlier in the year. So it looks like he wasn't playing well he was playing well. Then he started working under Schumacher, and it wasn't going that great. So it's unfortunate for them. Great for us. Now, I don't know much about the signing. Okay, are we getting top of the line starter, or is it going to be depth for the squad? I don't know. What say you? I don't know much about the player. This just broke about 2 hours ago, and we are learning more about the championship. Granted, he's in League One, but that's why we have Champ Chat, by the way. So Leap and Sarah says hello all, and Mary says hello. Yes, and behind bars, it is exciting times, and I wish I was in a better mood, but I wish I was. But yeah, it is exciting times. Steve Barton's in the house. Leap and Sarah's here. Leap and Sarah, I have your hat. I got it last night for you. So I will get that out to you this week. Harry Ashfield was unbelievable last night, says PC Scuba. Okay. He's there you go. Treasure, mate, treasure. Okay, trash meaning our treasure. There you go. So let's get a little bit more stats on this boy, on this young, hair. This is what happens. Live TV. Yeah, got my own hair in there. Probably dyed hair, just for men, as you all know. Mary thinks he's a squad player, but a good signing since Ollie's in a boot. Feeling it too, buddy. Chin up, mate. Appreciate it. Welsh Techie. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. By the way, sorry, I didn't know you guys were live on X when we went live yesterday, so I really apologize for that. I try not to cross the streams as you such, but thank you. Appreciate you. All right. Back to the show here. So here we go. The 24-25 stats for him. Bolton captain George Thomason set for the 1.2 million pound move. And is he worth every penny? Let's talk about it. 38 appearances. He had played 3,051 minutes, averaging about 80 minutes per game. So he's got an engine on him. He's not playing a full match. I don't know why, but 80 minutes. 4 goals, 3 assists. Okay. At an average of 6.83 rating. That's top 33% in midfielders. Okay. That's fine. That's from Footy Stats, by the way. That is from Footy Stats that I'm getting all that from. Per 90 metrics. I'm not going to do that. XG can kiss my ass. Passing and creativity. This is also from Footy Stats. 45 passes per 90, 79% pass accuracy, 1.12 key passes per 90, and 1.47 tackles. That's its defensive work rate per 90, 88.83 interceptions. I mean, solid ball winning stats he has right there. So obviously, is he playing a little bit forward? You're going to play him back in the middle. We shall see. Discipline issues. Here we go. Are there issues or is this good? 11 yellow cards. In the middle of the park, trying to break up play. 11 yellow cards for the year, average 0.32 cards per 90. He has a competitive edge to him. You can see that. He's not afraid of a tackle. I actually just watched him score a great goal before we came on. I watched the video of him scoring a great goal, which is awesome. But he was the captain since September of 2024 with 169 appearances, 13 goals, and 15 assists in total. So now, what do we think? Value for money, 1.2, bringing him up. This is a guy coming in from League One, Bolton, who were supposed to have a great season last season and did not. And they stayed in League One, and now he's coming up with us. What do we think about Parkinson going for a guy in the I don't want to call it a lower league now, but only because we're out of it, coming up from League One and being with us. I know DKD is a guy we're looking at that, and that breaks. We'll see if we can get that. But what do you make about this guy coming in to be a squad depth player? Now, considering that Ollie Rathbone is in a boot, we don't know his extent of his injury. We will find out in the next few days, probably the next week. Not that he's an Ollie Rathbone replacement because he's a central midfielder, central defensive midfielder. Ollie Rathbone plays a little more forward, scores more goals than this young man, Thomasson. So Not a like for like. I think this is more of a Matty James type player or an Elliott Lee type player that we'd be putting in there. And we need squad depth. And, if this goes through, touch wood, it sounds like it's accepted. It looks like it's us. There's some good reporting on this. Is it value for money? His all-around stats, they're high. I give a B plus, and he does possibly contribute to creativity with your creativity, but I think is more a defensive midfielder, inconsistent with that. And for 1.2 million to build out the squad a little bit, get younger, 24 years old, I like it. He's a leader. He's obviously a captain. He has those qualities there too. If he can help with the creative output, and can he adapt to the championship? We shall see. Can he adapt to the championship going into this season? That is one thing too. Libby was talking about the family-oriented Wrexham, which is awesome. That's possibly something that brought him over here too. But he's got experience, and if he's got an engine, that's crucial for us too. So we need more. As you can see last night in the game, our engine room last night was not that. It's preseason. I think the guys were tired. It's probably a little long trip. I'm not going to put any blame on anybody for losing a game. It's still a preseason game. I said the results don't matter, but we need a little bit more midfield. And I say our up front needs some help too. Also, totally taking control of this too. David Hilditch was giving a shit, which is fine, about us giving Ollie Palmer a problem because we don't see his link-up play. I think Ollie Palmer will be here. I think that he's not our best option, but he's going to be an option, and his link-up play is good when he gets it done. So pausing the show for that. So do I like this? Back to the signing here. I like this signing. I think it's good. I think it's a really good signing. It's not top of the tree. It's not going to win us the league, but he could contribute. Look what happened with Matty James last year. Came in, and I thought he was one of our best players of the season. So I like it. And Parkinson, we're getting value for money here at 1.2 M's. I think it's good. And if this goes through, we'll see in the next couple of days. Obviously, we'll break it. But it looks like the bid has been accepted. Nothing is confirmed. But the sources are saying that 1.2 M's have been accepted for the captain at Bolton, George Thomason, and he's going to be coming to Wrexham in the next few days. So will we get a Stoke? Here we go. We shall see. Mike Martin, what's going on? Missed the game? Not getting up at 1 a.m.? Yeah, I was up at 10, went to bed at midnight. I mean, this was a horrible day. Yared, what up? I don't know if he's championship level starter, but if he is a squad player, then maybe. There you go. I agree with that. JB65, what's going on? How are you? Just comes in, says what, and leaves. Good to have you. Good afternoon, Dewey. How you doing? I see our piss. I see our pass the league friend is undercover. Piss the league friend. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. What up, Nikki D? And Leap and Sarah's here. Palmer might be a great bench warmer this season. I think he's gonna be starting at some point. Don't sleep on it. But it's not an Ollie Palmer show. But I just wanted to point that out. What I was thinking there. Let's hope Rob and Ryan dig in deep into their pockets and make some high-profile signings. Parkinson said in the interview last night after the match, this is not the completed squad. Basically, it's not the complete squad. We have work to do, as you can see. And there was some disjointedness. You're playing 45 minutes. You're trying to get up to speed. I don't want to say this. You don't want to get hurt. People were putting themselves about, but it wasn't a good watch. And honestly, losing 2 out of the 3 games, granted, it's not about winning the games with the fitness. A little disappointing, but it is what it is. Get them home, get them back. And let's get them back on the Welsh soil, and let's get them back training, and let's get back up to speed. We got a lot of work to do. Parkinson knows that too. Speaking of that, I'm going to shift gears. Before I shift gears, I'm going to give this out of 10. I'm going to give a TLP meter 6.9. I don't know, 6.9. That's where I'm going to get it out of 10. There you go. I don't know that much about him, but we'll get to know him. I'm sure if he comes through the door, we'll do that. Also, too, speaking of the door, out the door, inwards coming, outwards going. This dropped yesterday too. There he is. We knew this was probably going to happen. He didn't go on the tour. Luke Bolton signed for Mansfield Town. Unfortunately, things don't work out sometimes. We thought you think he came from Salford City. Is that correct? He didn't feature a lot. Maybe I think I saw him play 4 or 5 times. I don't know exactly how much he played. but I didn't see him a lot, and it's unfortunate. I know he got injured last year too. I think it was like the first couple of minutes of the JBD Cup. But Luke Bolton is on his way out. So if another one comes in, another one out. Now this is, I mean, he's a wing back. We did bring Libby in, and now he's out. But you know, we're gonna have to turn the squad over. And there's some players. There's another left back that I think will probably, you got to figure something out too. And I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm saying he's not our player. There's some players we need to move the squad over a little bit, and we need to get better players in. And Bolton was one of the unfortunate that it happened. It's going to have to happen, but it is. Wrexham AFC can confirm Luke Bolton has signed for Mansfield Town on a permanent deal, pending international clearance and registrations. The wingback signed for the club from Salford City in 2024. They making only 17 appearances. It's not a lot. But he gained promotion. He's a double promotion winner. Got to give him credit for that. He is part of the side, and I respect that 100%. And for me, this is a good one for Luke Bolton, because I want him to go play football. When he came in, I was, he could have something about him. Not that he didn't, but he wasn't. He didn't go crazy on us. He didn't do well, but I don't think he really actually got a good opportunity too. So flashes were there, but it wasn't. He reminded me a lot of Dan James from Leeds a little bit too. Maybe that's a little generous, but it is what it is. But anyways, Bolton then went to make another 3 appearances in cup competitions, 2004-2005 campaign. All at the club. Would like to thank Luke for his contributions on and off the pitch at Wrexham. So good for him. Go play football, my friend. And I hope he does well at Mansfield Town. We will see them in the dust stacks. There you go. JB65 says, I just want to say hi and then leave. I stay and watch the conversation in the room. You're an absolute legend, JB65. I had thought at one point you were my father or mother-in-law. I don't think you are, but I love it. Yared says, if we go get Thomasson, what about the Ajax guy, Siva Mansberg? Are they similar pairs? How would that work? So that is another one we are watching now. That's probably more of a Elliot Lee replacement or upgrade, I would say. But let's take a look at that when that happens. But we need to build out a solid squad, and these are players that, you know, we have to improve the squad. As you can see, we're going to turn this over. I think everybody, Windass, LOB, I think all the players we're currently have good traction with right now, Yared, I think they're all going to come. I just have a feeling. I do want one big center half, though, and not the guy. I want the McGinnis guy, but I'm not the guy. I think we're Alfie something or other. Get it in the chat for me. But I think everyone we're kind of connected to right now, kind of more heavily than just the passing of the toilet paper, just, you know, front to back, not back to front. I think most of those guys are going to come in from what I'm hearing. So we shall see. Dewey said, preseason games are there for Parkey and the squad to iron out the creases and try new triangles before the season starts. I get that. We did not look. We had some chances, but we didn't look great. And I need to go back and watch that game last night too. It was Snoop Dogg sipping on gin and juice with new minority owner of Swansea. I did see that, Barton. That's an interesting one, and I don't even know how that fits into the world of Swansea. Nigel, what's up, dude? Greetings from New Zealand. Haven't watched them last night. Wrexham certainly need more presence in the middle of the pitch. Great out wide last night, but lacking in front of goal. Yes, we are. Ryan Hardy had an opportunity, but we just didn't have any service for him. We didn't. It didn't look 6 to midnight last night. We didn't look fully ready to go for it. You know. And credit to Wellington. They played. They won. There you go. So good to have you, Nigel. Hope you had a great time. I hope you had a great time. Hey, he was a good squad player. We had to move on. Talking about Luke Bolton. That's true. Will we see Snoop Dogg at Wrexham next season? Maybe. We might. You never know. Any news on Windass? Nothing yet. But I think that they're having conversations. So we'll keep that up, Jesse. We'll let you know as soon as we find out anything. And Alfie Jones, thank you, Yared. Appreciate you. Snoop Dogg is the new owner of Swansea. Yes, new minority owner, says Chris Wright. But all right, that's all I really wanted to get out today because there's not many great articles happening there. This is one, and not that they're not great articles, but looking at the blueprint that's made it to Wrexham a success story. This is by Mark Griffiths, who we love. So that's why I'm mentioning. Go read that. The Velvet Hammer has put this in the leader. Got to support our guy, an absolute legend. I love him. So go check that out. Mark has put that together. So that is in the Leader Live. People are going to check that out. I'm off to watch the boxing, and that should be fun. I think Usyk's going to take it, but we'll see what happens to Dubois. Nikki D, what's up, brother? Jesse, I think Windax is coming next week. I think we're going to probably get 3 signings next week. Maybe 4. I don't know. I think next week's going to be the next 10 days are going to be a goddamn whirlwind. Watch. As a Saints fan, Tim, what's going on, brother? How are you? Welcome to the channel. And looking forward to playing you on the first of the season. And I hope you're into Champ Chat, Tim Evans. Let us know if you want to come over there and talk on Champ Chat. As a Saints fan, I think you're 5 signings short of a championship side, although I'm not making predictions after the Peterborough incident. No. Danger. No. Lee looked better for the first 2 games under Parkey. He did look okay. Matt, he did look okay. He was about it last night. He looked good. And Nick agrees with Tim. Sounds about right. Yep. We have something. We have some work to do in the off season. Okay, so just top of the show. Bolton cashes in. Is a good. A bid is accepted. We think it's Wrexham. George Thomason. It was confirmed by his manager that it was bid in. He went to have a medical. It's probably today. So in the next 48 hours, maybe I would say we'll probably get a here we go with the Stoke. And we'll keep an eye on things. But until then, thank you. Smash a like, share it out. Remember, we have Wrexham here too, and we have the championship of the Champ Chat Football podcast as well. So let's grow this community out. It's going to be a great season, and I'm fully embracing all of the championship. It's going to be awesome. No matter what happens, enjoy the ride, and excited to go through this with all you too. Leap and Sarah says, thanks, Josh. Hope you get back to on the happy track soon. I do too. And Yared, how much is the sale price? I don't know. When is the player register deadline? I don't know that as I'm going out. And yes, Glenda, thank you very much, Glenda. Please smash that like button, subscribe. And on that bombshell, we'll see y'all soon.